Hey fam, what's up, what's up, what's up? This is Robert Anton here, robertanton.com, and I was just finished watching The Voice. And let me tell you, for one, I told you guys last week on the video that it was going to start at 9 p.m. instead of 10, and I forgot myself. So I was here eating and munching on some food and stuff, and just about when I got up to do the dishes, I was like, oh my God, The Voice is on. So I went to turn it on. I got in about 9:18. So I missed the beginning performance of the judges doing Queen, but I did catch it thanks to We Love C. Aguilera channel on YouTube. I watched it. I also watched one or two other clips from other channels also, but I watched the whole thing on there. So thank you very much for posting that. Yeah. And so when I came in, the first thing I noticed is CeeLo wasn't wearing any glasses. And I was like, why do he look so strange without his glasses on? You didn't look like him to me. Yeah. And so I also found out that the audience gets one save. There's going to be all this voting. Voting is going to be open for like 6-7 days till Monday at 10 a.m. Okay, so basically like 5 full days and some hours. Yeah, but the judges are gonna get one save, and the audience is gonna get one save. Which I thought that they were gonna vote people into the bottom, and then the judges to be able to save one of the people that's voted. But they decided to change that, I guess. So I'm sure they announced that at the top of the show. So yeah, I missed that. So you tell me what they're gonna do, but I'll see it next week if I don't figure it out. I think I figured it out. And so this week they didn't do all four of the judges. They did two judges or two teams, let's say, and it was Team Xtina against Team Blake, and they had all of their people competing against each other. So here we go. How did the competitions go? First up, we had Raquel Castro versus Jared Blake, and Raquel did "Blow" by Kesha, and I'm sorry y'all, but Raquel made Kesha sound good to me. I wrote the movement and the dancers were on point, but I didn't think her voice was particularly strong or pleasant. She has this very nasally thing going on that I don't like, and her voice just didn't sound good. And I thought it made the original sound good because it just didn't sound good. It looked good, it was a nice performance style and all that. It just didn't sound good to me. And next up, Jared Blake did "Use Somebody" by the Kings of Leon. And I wrote, he started with the guitar, and he sounded good. I thought he sounded really rough. He has that very raspy sound and everything. And then he threw the guitar away to somebody. And I thought he gave a great performance. He kind of went into the crowd, was working the crowd and things. And but the only thing that I saw that I thought took just away a little bit is that he tends to struggle at the top of his range, as most of us men who are not tenors do. When you get into that top, we tend to struggle a little bit. But it didn't take away, I think, at all from his performance. Who would I vote in? I'm going to start this. Who would I vote for in this? Who would I save? I would have to save Jared because at least he sounded good. His voice was on point, and this is called The Voice. So I would vote for The Voice that I like the best out of those two. Who would you vote for? Next up, Beverly McClellan versus Frampton. And Beverly did "I'm the Only One" by Melissa Etheridge. And I wrote she was pretty awesome. Just awesome. She hit all the notes, and she was acting silly, playing with the crowd. She has a very gruff voice, very nice sound, and I like it. But she can also turn that around and do little tender moments. She had some nice little riffs. She really worked it out on this song. I thought she did great. And Dia did "Heartless" by Kanye West. And I wrote, I like Dia's tone, but I didn't like the song choice. I thought it lost quite a bit in the translation for me. And that being said, she did a decent job, and it was her idea and her arrangement. A lot of people were really raving. The judges were raving about how great it was. I saw some people on Twitter, "Oh, I love this so much. Oh my God, it's so blah blah this and the other." And then there were a few people were saying, "Oh, what is this? How is this so original when it's been done by 50 people on YouTube this particular way?" So it's all in what you like, but I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't think it was great. I thought that some of the choices she made actually took away from the intent of the song. So I wasn't getting any intent from her at all. I was just getting kind of notes, just sung, whatever, and it just wasn't working for me. So naturally, if I was voting on this and if I was voting somebody out or voting somebody in, I would vote in Beverly. So they had a little break where TeamXtina had to sat down, and she talked to them and they asked her questions and stuff like that. It was a nice little segment. And then they all performed a song together. Her team with the coach. They did the song Lady Marmalade, and they ripped it up. I thought they all had like their own little moments to shine, they had good harmonies going on. And Beverly surprised me the way she fit into the song. I didn't think it would fit her style and all that, but she fit right on in there and did her thing. It reminded me of when all the women did the song with Xtina, and Pink was singing it, and Pink had that very like rough rock sound, but she still fit right in there into the song. It just really, really worked. Next up on the competitions, there was Xenia versus Elise. Xenia did Price Tag by Jessie J, and I wrote she was so cute and so uncomfortable on stage, but she does have a seriously nice voice. She has nice tone. She has a nice sounding voice. It's very different and it sounds very nice. But she was so uncomfortable on stage. It was painful to watch her go through like the moves. They gave her all these moves to do and stuff like that, point left and just kind of pointless moves. But they were trying to loosen her up. And she just had no stage presence, and again, it was just funny watching her just trying to go through the motions. But when the crowd did when she pointed, the crowd yeah, then she saw a little bright spot, she'd be like, oh, that's nice, like so she was feeling the love and the waves of love coming towards her, but she just really wasn't putting out enough for me. Next up, Elise did Big Girls Don't Cry by Fergie. And I thought she had some really good vocals, and she had some very good moments, very good emotional moments within the song. She sang it well, she performed it well. She's a lot more seasoned performer. She had some rocky little notes there near the end, but altogether, I just think hers was a better performance. She's got so much more stage presence. She worked the stage, she worked the dancers that were behind her, and she just really emoted the song without all the point left, point right. It was just a night and day performance. And people were saying on Twitter that they're really pimping Xenia, and I would naturally go with Elise in this particular matchup. But just this matchup, I would definitely go with Elise. But you don't know what's going to happen with the voice. But whatever, we'll see what happens. TeamBlake got their time, and actually Blake Shelton had them over to his house for lunch, and they sat on the chat, they asked him questions and stuff like that. Then they all did a performance of Maroon 5, This Love. And as soon as Adam heard it, he was like, get a look like what, So that was cool. That moment, I thought they all sounded good. I thought they had very good chemistry together. Next up for competition, Patrick Thomas versus Frenchie Davis. And Patrick did I Hope You Dance by Leanne Rimes. Thought it was a little bit of a strange choice for him, but he chose it for his sister. He had a whole storyline and all that, so whatever. I was thinking that the key was kind of low in the first part, in the beginning, because he was, especially when he got down in the bottom, he had some really nice low notes, but in some of those notes he just dropped. I mean, he basically, and I guess he kind of did the right thing for what was going on, because it was low for his voice and he wasn't going to hold those notes out, so he just dropped them. But it didn't come over very well for me. But I saw why it was so low when they did the key change and he went up. I don't know if he has a whole lot of higher range, so they had to pull it down, to make the key change kind of a spectacular. And it did go over well. The key change and the ending went over very well for me. I thought he sounded good, except for when he was dropping the notes in the first key. Frenchie Davis did When Love Takes Over by David Guetta, featuring Kelly Rowland. And I thought, I wrote, she was in full diva mode. But she cracked in one little piece early on in the song, and she just kind of went on, she's been doing this for a while, so she just kind of kept on going, didn't give a look or anything. Like I said one time before in one of my critiques, that a professional, they mess up a little bit, they just keep on going, just continue the performance. But she came back and she killed it. She had a very strong performance, and it wasn't too over the top. She didn't take it, there. She kept it very much reined in and just kind of did her thing, and I really enjoyed that. Between the two of these, I would have to go with Frenchie, because I like that type of voice, and it's more in my style. I do like Patrick Thomas's voice also. I just didn't think there was so much of a good choice of song, and the key change thing, the way the beginning was, I didn't think it was great. So, what did you think? That's what we're coming up to next. One thing that I thought about the judges, which is different from another show that I watch and comment on, is that they didn't really give any constructive critiques. They just kind of blah blah blah, kind of, oh yeah, that was nice, oh I really like, what I like about you, but they didn't give anything to the contestants for their improvement. And I suppose that's because they have coaches, and the coaches are doing that in private for them. But I think it would be better to see, some of their growth there on stage, and to know what some of their weaknesses are from each judge's standpoint. But they aren't doing that so far on The Voice. And I like at the very, very end, Carson Daly straight up stole Ryan Seacrest's please dial carefully about the numbers. He said, so please dial carefully, just like Ryan Seacrest. And I thought it was just too funny. Okay, so what did you guys think? Are you enjoying the show? Did you catch it all? Who do you think is going to win, and why do you think they're having the voting so long? I mean, it's for days and days. I know they want to keep people excited about the show and stuff, but are people actually going to vote every single day, 500 times a day or 10 times a day, let's say? I don't know. Let me know what you think. I'm Robert Anton, robertanton.com. I'm out.